I know that this isn't going to be easy to hear, friend. It's not always falling apart at the hands of your doctor or your midwife or even the hospital. Sometimes it's because of you. There, I said it. Hey girl, hey, it's your birth bestie, Nurse Renie. Come on in, fabulous friends, and let's gather in the birth prep lounge. Grab your seat because this is where the girls gather for unfiltered and real birth prep talk. In the birth prep lounge, we are having the conversations that no one else is having in the birthing streets. So let's get cracking. I know that this isn't going to be easy to hear, friend, but as your friend, it is my duty and my obligation to make sure I keep it real with you at all times. So I'm holding your hand when I say this. A lot of you have visions for this beautiful, fantabulous birth. I love a good moment. I love a beautiful moment. And childbirth is a very special and beautiful, miraculous moment. And I understand that because I also love a good visual, honey, okay? I love a good moment, right? You know, I want to have all of the feels, right? We all do. But then it crashes and burns. And to keep it honest with you 100%, because that's what we're here to do, to chop it up like good girlfriends, because we are, it's not always falling apart at the hands of your doctor or your midwife or even the hospital. No, friend, sometimes it's because of you. There, I said it. Sometimes it is because of you. You are sabotaging your own birth and you don't even realize it. I want you to know that today we are going to talk about 10 ways that I see new moms sabotage their birth, and we are going to talk about how to fix that so it doesn't happen to you. This is what we're here for, right? We're not here to just like itch and moan, right? We are going to find solutions. Otherwise, what good am I to you? So let's get started. So if you're new here, my name is Nurse Renie. I am your actual official birth bestie. I am a labor and delivery, postpartum, NICU level 3, antepartum, and fertility nurse of 17 years. I've worked at different hospitals and I've seen all of the things, and I have worked with all of the people. So I'm here to let you know how we are going to navigate this thing because you are not in it by yourself. Around here, we don't just hope for a good birth because we know that hope don't always float. We prepare for it. We prepare, we plan, we train, and we walk in confidently when it's time to go to the hospital for our birth. I'm talking about chest out, chin up, shoulders back, and baby, we strut, okay, into the hospital with confidence. One, because we are that girl, but two, because we are very well prepared. So this is going to be a great experience. I'm so glad that you decided to join the club and get all the information that you need. And if you stick with me, you're going to have the birth confidence that most women only wish they had. And so we are going to go ahead and break this topic down into a mini series so that I don't overwhelm you all at once. But I want you to take the nuggets and hopefully you'll apply it and it works well for you. Don't forget to hydrate. Number one, not understanding the hospital system. It sounds super basic. If you've ever been to a hospital before, you probably think they're all the same, but honey, they are not. Believe you me. And there are even different levels of maternity care, neonatal care. There's so many like different things that come into play with hospitals and how they're rated and graded and who they can treat and who they cannot. So definitely you want to make sure that you find out as much as you can about the hospital you are delivering at and what they offer and what their rules and policies and procedures are. It's like showing up to a new job but not knowing anything about the job that you applied for. You know, they said you needed experience and you came in there like, I don't know what this is. I don't know what to do. You need to know the basic. For any place that you show up, you're researching. For me, I love to eat. Okay. So what I do is if you're inviting me anywhere, I'm looking at the menu first. So that's how you want to check out the hospital as well. You need to know the routines, the policies, and the flow of the hospital before you get there. Something as simple as what time the hospital locks down at night so that if you go into labor, where should you show up? Should you show up at the emergency department and then they will facilitate getting you to labor and delivery? Or is there a separate entrance to labor and delivery and you can just go directly there, right? So these are things that you need to be aware of. However, we are solution focused. How are we going to fix this? What are we going to do? What you're going to do is talk to your hospital that you plan to have your baby in and say, hey, I'm considering delivering with you guys. And I wonder if I can get a tour of the hospital. Oh man, we don't do those anymore. A lot of places don't really do tours anymore. I think after the panini, what you can do is say, hey, I understand you don't do group tours or anything like that, but I was really feel more comfortable and landing here in this hospital as the choice to deliver my baby if I just had an idea of what it looked like. I would start there. But if you can't go into labor and delivery there, I would definitely ask for a virtual tour, see if that's an option. Go to their obstetrics page on the hospital website and look for their reviews on maternity services. One of the things that I know no one is telling you out in those streets, because they're not me, friend, okay? They're not me. Look for the Leapfrog group because they actually grade hospitals, A through F grade, and they grade them by specialty as well. So that's a really great place to start. I know there's a hospital, not mine, honey, that is an F, not too far from where I am. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe there are hospitals that exist that are Fs. And it's probably multifaceted, but as to why they are an F, but you don't want that to be the hospital you're delivering at if you have the option to go somewhere else. Knowledge is power. Knowledge is king. So you want to make sure that you have all the information you need so that you don't walk in not confident and unsure and uncertain. You want to feel good about when that time comes. Number 2, over relying on a rigid birth plan. You guys, the birth plan is a birth preference. We always have to be prepared for a detour. Even when you're driving, you are driving along and then next thing you know, your exit's blocked off because they're doing construction. You have to then redirect. And that's how childbirth is, right? There is no perfect birth. I mean, there are perfect births, but those are so rare is what I'm saying. And you have to be prepared for things to take a different course based on your health, your baby's health, what's just happening at the hospital. What I want you to avoid is having such a rigid birth plan that you don't look at other options. Because if it doesn't go your way, then you've lost the plot. You are melting down, you are crashing out because things are not going your way. And I get that. I get wanting things to go your way, but I don't want your whole experience to be traumatic and upsetting and just not pleasing and enjoyable because things didn't go this very specific way, right? So we are going to make a list of what are like non-negotiables. Some things that you may think are non-negotiables are still going to be negotiable. Okay, right? You can't say I'm going to have a vaginal delivery by all means. No, sometimes things happen and you end up in an emergency C-section, right? So think of what your non-negotiables are and then what are your nice to haves. Okay. And that way, when you're planning your non-negotiables, you can be very adamant about that. And then your nice to haves, it's like, okay, I wanted this, but because I can't, it's okay. I'll settle for that. So an example of that would be if you wanted to walk around while you're in labor, right? In your room, laboring, doing all of the things. Very valid. I think it's a great thing if you can do it. Some hospitals have the capability to connect you and baby to a wireless monitor. So you can walk clean across the room and they'll be able to pick up the baby on the monitor. But some places do not have that capability, or they only have a limited amount of wireless monitors. So that means, okay, I really wanted this experience, but it's not available to me right now. So instead, I will walk in this, allotted space. The monitors have to be connected to the bigger monitor. So things like that, because we don't have to melt down over not having wireless monitors, because in the grand scheme of things, there is a fix. It may not look how we want it to, but there's a fix and it meets us halfway. Number 3, choosing a provider that is not aligned with you. What do I mean? You want an unmedicated birth, you want to do a tub birth and all of the lovely things, and you pick the doctor who has the highest cesarean section rate. Girls, I have a video on how to choose a doctor and a hospital, but that's for another video. Let me know if you guys are interested in that and we'll talk a little bit more about it and I'll make it available to you. But that's a really big deal. That's like step 1. Like, when you're reading a book and it has 1, 2, 3 for the pages, but before that it has the baby Roman numerals. That's the baby Roman numeral 1. Like, you need to find a doctor that aligns with your vision for birth. And you want to do that early on. And even if you're not pregnant yet, it's a good time to go ahead and start looking. Your gynecologist that you love may not be such a great obstetrician. So you might want to look into that now. I am actually impressed with the amount of research that people do not do when they choose a hospital or a doctor. But that's okay. We are here today because we are learning about those things. So even if you're locked in with your doctor and your hospital now, hopefully if you plan to have another child, you'll be better informed and equipped to make those decisions, to find a doctor that aligns with you. So how do you fix this? When you meet with your doctor early on in pregnancy, and again, if you're locked in, you can ask these questions even now. What is your C-section rate? What are your thoughts on mobility during labor? Do they not like for the patient to walk around? If not, then that might be something you have to kind of push and pull with. You might be in for a little bit of a struggle, but that's okay. You can struggle and get the things that you want within reason. What are their thoughts on an induction of labor? What is their induction of labor rate? Do they just want to put moms in labor because the holidays are coming up? Or are most of their inductions scheduled for medical reasons? So gestational diabetes, for example, or hypertension or preeclampsia. So the people are being induced for those very valid medical reasons. So you do want to ask those questions. You don't want to wait until the third trimester to ask these questions, but if you are here and in your third trimester, it's okay. It's okay, friend. Go ahead and ask those questions just so you're still mentally prepared for what it looks like to you. And as we go through Chop It Up in the Birth Prep Lounge, we will talk about some of the things that you may see when you're in the hospital. Okay, my fabulous friends, that is all for Lounge Talk today. Thank you for joining me, and I encourage you to go ahead and subscribe and like the video so that other girlies can see it, because I will be following up shortly with episode 2 of how you are sabotaging your own birth and how to avoid doing that or fix it. For those of you who are done here, feel free to go and click out. But if you want to come to the nurse's station with me and chop it up, we can do that real quick, because I want to let you guys know what my intentions are overall. So again, my name is Nurse Renie. I am your birth bestie, and I have been wondering how I can build community and connect with you guys in a very authentic, personable way. I am an introvert, but none of my friends believe that. But I like talking to people. I always say I'm like the hospitality committee anywhere, because I like talking to people. I like meeting people. And I love talking about childbirth. And I love talking about hospital-based childbirth, because I feel like that's where a lot of the mystery is. There's mystery, but there's also fear. There's also confusion. And I love teaching. And I teach my patients step by step, and I enjoy doing that. And I also feel like it builds trust, they know I'm going to keep it real with them. And that's the thing I always say, I want what you want, but if it gets unsafe, I'm gonna let you know, okay? And usually we vibe really well, and I want that for you. I want you to feel like, okay, this is a good decision, I'm making a good move. And if you have questions, then ask all of the questions, girlies. I hope you join the community, because I'm really excited about what this could become. And I want to be able to give you guys some free resources as well, which you can find on my website. But I also hope to start linking some things down in the description below. But let me know what questions you have and what I should make videos about. I have a long laundry list of things that I want to make videos about, but obviously you are the pregnant one. So, whatever you want, your wish is my command. You know what I'm saying? Just let me know. All right, ladies, don't forget to drink your Chateau de Fossé. And I'm with you, because I don't drink enough water. I don't. I want to get better at that too. Life gets in the way, right? And water is tasteless, but that's okay. Sometimes it quenches the thirst. Anyway, y'all, I can go on for days. Let me know what you want me to make a video about. Drop any questions or comments down below, and I look forward to seeing you again very soon. Bye.
Now where do we go from here? Tell me